What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Oh. What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Straw 2. So I think when we left off, we were talking about Iroha being potentially drugged and us drinking her coffee. So, wait, everyone. What's wrong, Sora? This just came to me, and it doesn't have anything to do with Mikado. Thank goodness. But Iroha may not be the culprit.
Sora, thank you.
Oh, jeez. What? What's up with you? Actually, something very suspicious happened this morning. After breakfast, I was going to start my investigation when a sudden wave of irresistible sleep came over me. I told you about the reason I was late for the parade, remember? No, I was going to say something, but that doesn't really make sense. We'll see.
Oh, I do. You suddenly felt sleepy, and when you woke up, it was evening, right?
But it's not like you were awake all night, right? And you slept through all afternoon, even when you drank coffee for breakfast. That's exactly it. Don't point at me, it's making me feel uncomfortable. I saw Iroha wasn't drinking her coffee during breakfast. I thought it was a waste, and naturally being a fan of coffee, I drank her coffee instead. I was okay up until then, but after that, I felt incredibly sleepy, as if I was drugged. It was an unnatural wave of sleep.
You did?
So, what are you trying to say? Someone drugged the coffee with sleeping pills? Where would they find those? At the supermarket. Exactly.
What? This is a development and a half.
Now listen carefully. The coffee that I drank was meant for Iroha, right? What would have happened if Iroha instead drank the coffee? Well, Iroha would have slept till evening. That would mean that Iroha wouldn't have an alibi from morning till evening, right? Huh? Wait, so someone tried to use sleeping drugs to prevent Iroha from having an alibi?
Sorry for interrupting, but was there anything like sleeping drugs on the island?
There's some in the pharmacy section at the mart. Of course there are. I always check all the items there, but I didn't even notice a difference in number. Do you open the packages and check the insides? Someone shoplifted from the free shop. Well, I can't. It would take forever if I did that every day. For a cup of coffee, one pill should have been enough. They probably didn't need to take the whole package. I'm sorry. Bless me.
Anyways, let me get this straight. You drank a cup of coffee that was drugged with sleeping pills.
But why would someone prevent Iroha from having an alibi? What would they gain from that? Wait, I know. There is someone who would benefit from all this. Someone who's trying to frame Iroha by preventing any alibis. Right. If Iroha's the culprit, it doesn't make sense that the coffee she was trying to drink was drugged. Iroha's not the culprit. The culprit was someone who was trying to make Iroha drink that coffee.
Wait, if Sora drank the coffee that was originally intended for Iroha, then Iroha being outside during morning was something unexpected for the culprit, right?
That's right. So Mikado's account of seeing Iroha around 11 is something entirely possible. How could you not believe me? I'm so disappointed in all of you.
Hold on. But if Iroha's not the culprit, then the real Blackened is...
It's something that just came to me. But if we use this info and reverse the thought process, we can easily track down the culprit. Here we go. The culprit's identity. The culprit is someone who had drugged Iroha's coffee. The culprit is someone who's trying to frame Iroha by erasing her alibi. Someone who was trying to frame her just now. Dun, 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 done. Wow, they're really making you pick again, huh? That's crazy. I think this is like one of the first cases where that's ever happened. Also, you went past her. It's Iroha again. It's one of yous. I know it to be true. The culprit was someone who was pressing Iroha even just now. Kanade Oto Kanoji. It's you. I don't know why that one in particular always gets me.
Wait, hold on. I thought little sis explained to us how she couldn't be the culprit.
I'm grateful you proved my innocence, but Kanade being the culprit?
That being said, Kanade did act weird during breakfast. Usually she would have chased after her sis right away when Ibiki left. But didn't she hesitate a bit?
Oh, I can't remember the words.
Let me take a rest in my room.
What is it? Oh no, I was gonna sing a song. Dang it. Where are you going? You haven't even finished your breakfast. Whoa, wait. Was she trying to drug her sister as well? Huh. I didn't even notice that. I can't remember the words. I'm missing one word, I think, but you know. A cup of poisoned coffee. That song. That's the song I'm trying to remember, but I can't. Yeah, you stay by Hibiki's side right now.
What? But I want to murder somebody! Setsuka, you can't do this to me. I was gonna kill you.
Don't mind us. Go on.
Fine.
She reluctantly followed when Setsuka insisted she do. I assume that was to make sure Iroha drank her coffee. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to Kanade, it was Sora who actually drank it. If Kanade really is the culprit, and considering her personality, she would have made sure that Iroha did in fact drink the sleeping pills. It's true. But how is that possible? Just how unlucky can you get? Well, aren't all matters like that? Something that shouldn't have happened somehow does, while something that shouldn't happen, or should happen, doesn't at all.
Bullshit.
Okay, Kanade.
What? Shobai and now you. What is it with you people and trying to frame me as the culprit? I shared my theory, showed you the contradictions, and through my reasoning proved Iroha's the culprit. And just how much rebuttal would it take for you to be satisfied?
But Sora has a point. If Iroha had fallen asleep with that drug, she would have been confirmed as the culprit without any doubt. Same thing you did to Ibiki.
Really? Do we have to take the long way? Alright, fine, I'll show you. First, the fact that the coffee was drugged is a stretch. It's not like I was the one who prepared the meal. How could I have drugged the coffee Mikado had prepared?
It isn't impossible. You just have to be there before everyone else. Truya would know just how quickly Mikado prepares our meals. Yeah. Sora and I arrived early in the morning for breakfast a few days ago. And the meal was prepared even before the morning announcement.
Oh, yes, I do! Do you know what they say? The early chef dominates the culinary world!
Alright, dude.
I prepare the food way in advance, before any of you even wake up.
You heard him. So, if you just arrived at the diner before everyone else wakes up, you would have ample time to drug Iroha's coffee.
But you wouldn't really know where Iroha would sit, would you?
That probably isn't the case because, I usually sit in the same place. In fact, most of us usually sit in the same place every morning, don't we?
True. Unless the seat's owner died and someone sat there instead, that was usually it. And hearing what you lot have to say, things start to make sense. The 3 hours of space between 9:54 and 12:54. That was time deliberately left blank by that girl to frame Bubblehead. So that she can say it was the time Bubblehead spent on dismemberment. But just how unlucky can you get? The Bubblehead was actually seen by Mikado Shinaji. By the irony of fate. Didn't Iroha just mention that it was Kanade who assigned her to look in the ghost house? Come to think of it, perhaps that was also something she did in advance to frame Iroha. That's not all. Iroha wasn't invited to the chat room that was created from Setsuka's handbook. They probably separately told Iroha to come to the Mirror Mansion while Hibiki was entering the ghost house. And later claimed Iroha was lying, making everyone suspect her. Told ya, culprit's Kanade no Koji. Got it that time. Obviously that Bubblehead can't come up with a trick on this level.
He's making fun of me, isn't he? Oh.
Poor Iroha.
Hold on. This trial's a bit tough.
I mean, that's true.
The culprit keeps changing. I don't know who's telling the truth or not.
One thing is for sure. Sora consuming the sleeping pills and Mikado witnessing Iroha can't be coincidences. And the one who orchestrated that had to be Kanade. Or just was. Didn't have to be. Could have been somebody else. I'm not fazed. So, Kanade really is the culprit? Kanade.
Kanade. Okay. Okay, yes, yep, yeah, alright, sure.
Kanade?
Yep, seems like you used your damn stupid brains to reach a conclusion. As you said, I don't have any logical rebuttal against this. I have no evidence against this, yeah? But being the generous and merciful, I'll go over your stupid delusions. Yes, suppose I did drug Iroha's coffee, yes? Then, how about we go back to when Shobai was suspecting me as the culprit, yes? Yes, try to deduce things under the proposition that I'm the culprit, yes? Just how did I murder Setsuka? Quite an unsolvable mystery, yes? 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 Why isn't anyone answering? Yes? Yes? Come on, answer me. Yes? Yes? Yes?
Well, now I'm just uncomfortable. Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse than any I've seen yet.
I, who cannot carry the hands, who cannot hide the corpse near the ghost house. I, who was with you all throughout the parade. Explain to me, how the hell did I manage to kill Setsuka, despite all these alibis, and carrying the damn corpse? Anyone? Yes? Shobai, Sora, Yuki, anyone? Come on, let's hear it.
Oh god. Is she melting? Damn. Well, now I'm kind of convinced you're evil.
Kanade, you're scaring me. Oh my, dear sis. Relax. There's no way that I'm the culprit. You're not the culprit either. We're completely innocent, so there's nothing to worry about. I'll solve everything for you. I will.
Nobody spoke another word. Unsurprising. Jesus. Was it because we were intimidated by the sheer insanity of Kanade? partly that, but Kanade wasn't just raging upon us without any logic. It was completely different from the breakdowns of all the other culprits. There were simply just too many contradictions to point her to the culprit. If she really was the culprit, her defense against the truth was too hard for us to break.
Bad ending.
My, cat got your tongue? Everyone try to focus. Maybe we've all missed some sort of clue. I don't want to die as much as you do, so let's go over this again. Now let's put our heads together on this.
It's impossible. There are too many contradictions if we assume Kanade's the culprit.
Maybe Kanade isn't the culprit. And of course, not me either.
Wait, what about the deal with the sleeping pills? If Kanade wasn't the one who drugged the coffee, then who is it?
I honestly think it's possible that Sora could have lied about this.
Damn it, Nikkei.
We only have Sora's words to back it up, right?
He's not wrong.
But if Sora was lying, then there goes my account's credibility again.
As if you had any credibility to begin with.
But that isn't the only thing that made Kanade suspicious. Not to mention that Kanade didn't outright deny the fact about the sleeping pills.
Maybe I just wanted to drug someone, alright?
I have no idea what's going on, and who's right and who's wrong.
Shobai, have any ideas?
I thought you thought of me as shit. Now you're running back to me because you're out of ideas. Well, the main problem is about how the culprit was able to move the corpse to the ghost house.
Telling you, parade.
If we think about the whole timeline, the concept of hiding the corpse in Department A is really rough. Still, they must have used the monorails. But we missed something here. Something.
Oh, I've got it! I know the culprit!
Do you?
It's Mikado! Mikado used magic to teleport the corpse inside the ghost house. He keeps talking about the school rules preventing him from using magic, but who knows if that rule actually is fake?
Roha, might I kindly ask, but what the actual fuck?
Maybe. There's like a secret passage that they use to transport the corpse.
Iroha, maybe it's best you stay quiet. Aw.
Don't lose your focus, Iroha. That's not a theory, it's just your delusions.
Thanks for being supportive, Chiruya.
But
I can understand where she's coming from. There really is no logical way that this could have happened.
Teleported inside?
What?
Secret passageway? The ghost house was shaped like...
Shobai?
That's it! Damn, Bubblehead, you got me! There is a way. There's a way that Kanade Oda no Koji can move the corpse.
really? What is it?
The problem is solved if you can move the corpse inside the ghost house without using the gates. And there's one passageway in the ghost house that matches this condition. And where's that?
A passageway in the ghost house that connects to the outside other than the gates? Yes, perhaps there is that one thing inside the ghost house. If we could pinpoint that. Are we talking about the fireplace finally? Yeah. Okay. The chimney.
You're saying they slid down like old Saint Nick? It wasn't me, just because my name is Nikkei.
Shobai, are you perhaps referring to the chimney? There was a fireplace at the ghost house. If there's a fireplace, that means there was a chimney that connects to it outside.
Bingo.
He likes saying that, doesn't he?
I got it this time. Bingo. If you throw the corpse down the chimney, the corpse will get thrown down to the fireplace. the fire was put out, it wouldn't stand out, and it would have been near the altar as well.
The chimney? You're kidding me, right?
What an astounding turn of events!
By throwing the corpse in through the chimney during the parade, you don't even have to hide them beforehand. You can enter empty-handed at 7:42 after the white-haired girl leaves the ghost house. The corpse is already at the fireplace, so you just have to move him to the altar and flood the place with blood. Just in case, did you search the fireplace when you were investigating the ghost house?
No, I didn't think that Setsuka was dead at that time. There's no reason for me to think somebody would be in the fireplace, so I investigated places a living human being could naturally be. Not to mention it was incredibly dark, near the fireplace. God damn it, another one of my clever tricks.
Alright, so no contradictions there. How's this, twins? A new challenge for you. Let's see if you can sing and dance around this one.
That's pretty good. Here we go. I was expecting, like, some sort of rebuttal showdown type thing, but nope, we're just debating. Bruised corpse, unknown plastic bag. Yep. There it is. Actually, the bruises could be important, too.
The culprit threw the corpse inside through the chimney.
But is that actually possible? Impossible. It's absolute nonsense. There weren't any clues left in the fireplace.
Oh, pff. Nice try.
We don't even have to discuss the clues. Do you have any idea how tall the ghost house is? How would you throw a corpse into a place that high? I guess the culprit rode a plane or something, yes?
Honestly agree that is a bit too far. My magic could have pulled it off for sure, but I'm unfortunately bound by the rules of the game.
Would you stop distracting us with nonsense and just shut up?
Shobai's finally found some decisive evidence. Let's not waste this chance and listen for contradictions in Kanade's words. Yeah.
There was no evidence in the fireplace.
There was evidence in the fireplace.
What? No, you're lying.
No, that's wrong.
If you're ever wondering why I do Yuki's voice all the time, it's just because it's fun. Also, alright. We're back in action. Wait a second. About that fireplace. There was this suspicious black plastic bag near it. Near it? In it? I'm not sure what that could be, but I'm positive it wasn't there from the start.
Plastic bags near the fireplace? What's the deal with that? Airplane food, what's the deal?
I just realized, what if instead of using the plastic bag to, like, hold the body parts, they used it to, like, catch the body parts? I don't know.
If we deduced it based on Shobai's theory, that bag would probably be the one that contained the body pieces.
Eek!
The fireplace was always lit, at least until the culprit put it out. If that bag was there before, it would have long burnt away. So the bag was put there after the fire was out. In other words, the day of the crime.
There is other evidence that they threw the corpse through the chimney. The ghost house is pretty high when you think about it. If the corpse fell through that tall of a height, there must be some traces left on the body. And in fact, there were. Tell him, Sora. I'm Byakuya now.
That evidence is the bruises on the body. I was just watching somebody's playthrough of Trials and Tribulations, and this is just like that case. Where it's like, oh, the way they used to transport the body, that's why it's bruised. I'm trying to be as least spoilery as I can, but hey. You're talking about the bruises on the corpse, right, Shobai? Those of you who know.
Yep. Yeah.
Bruises?
While Setsuka's body was cut into pieces, each piece had a trace of bruises. It even said so in the monochrome files. If the body fell straight down from the roof like Shobai said, it's natural that there would be a few broken bones here and there.
Yuck. Conversely, there'd be no explanation for those bruises if it didn't fall through the chimney. The murder weapon was something sharp, so it's highly unlikely those bruises would have occurred in some sort of struggle, I don't know, something like that. Occurred otherwise.
What nonsense are you on about? The chimney? You guys said it yourselves. The ghost house is pretty tall. Considering the inclination of the building, it would have been impossible to even climb up the damn thing. So how would someone manage that?
That I don't know.
I honestly have to agree. After all, the ghost house is the tallest building out of everything in Department A. There's no other place taller than the ghost house. How would you manage to throw something onto the top of it? There's one place you can reach higher than the ghost house. What? Someplace aforementioned in my theory.
Is he talking about the monorail?
The monorail. Monorails go right past the ghost house's roof.
Are you seriously suggesting that they threw the corpse while riding in the monorails?
No, I'm not suggesting that. It's literally the only way. I'm not suggesting it.
I'm sorry, but this isn't a fantasy world. Would you like me to get
You incarcerated what?
Yeah, about that. I have someone otherworldly right next to me.
I'm not a fantasy creature. Treating me in such a way is cruel, an insensitive act that ignores everything I've done so far.
Not to be that guy here, but I think it's impossible too. The monorail's pretty slow, granted.
I just did Shobai's voice for him, I don't know why.
But it's still a moving device. If they missed the shot, all would go to waste. Would they risk that kind of a shot moving on a moving platform?
Couldn't they have just walked down the rails?
I mean, not to be, you know.
Throw the corpse at the chimney when the monorail goes past it. Maybe that wouldn't fit with the time frame. Is this truly possible for a human being? And a high school... Oh, this is going back to the darts thing.
Kanade never misses her shots.
Perfect. I'm sure that'll never come up. And now here we are. This not only proves that it's possible, it proves Kanade is like the only one who could have done it. So this is really great, actually. Thanks, Ibiki. Oh boy. Memory Sudoku. It's not Sudoku. Memory match. I'm guessing this is like darts. I'm kind of disappointed they're not translating the mini games. Kind of leaves me just like sitting here like, huh, this is cool. Space. Oh boy. We're gonna die here, apparently. There we go. Hibiki's remark. Wow. Would not have guessed that. It should have just, yeah, you know. Should have been something simpler, probably, but oh well. That's the problem with all Hangman's Gambit-y type games. It's like, okay, I know what I want to say, but how to say it? Oh yeah, there is proof. That for Kanade, it might have been possible for her to throw the corpse into the chimney.
What? Really?
Hibiki. Hibiki.
Huh? What? Why?
You told me on the first day on the third island, at the casino, remember? That Kanade is able to always hit her target. That one time, she even scored a goal from the school rooftop onto the sports grounds basketball hoop. Wow, that's very similar. Actually, now that I think of it. I doubt that the casino is the best place to make profit of it. Out of. Oh. This is a flashback. We've already read this.
I know. That's why Kanade's throwing the darts. She's perfect.
She got perfect accuracy for some reason.
That is unexplained.
Semi-ultimate thrower. And Kanade's just sat there like, oh my god, why did you, oh god. You know, if I was Kanade and this happened, and I was planning on doing a murder, I would have chosen Sora, not Setsuka.
Is that even possible? Wait, if that's possible...
Yes. Throwing a corpse into the chimney while on a monorail should be piece of cake.
I never knew Kanade had such an ability. Is it really true, Hibiki? Well, it is true. Kanade is always... Shut up, Hibiki! Eek!
Good old eek moment.
Eek!
Unbook him.
Should have just kept quiet. What are you getting all flustered for? Your reaction just gave credibility to what your sis said.
Come to think of it, Kanade looked a little flustered with that remark. A little? At that time, I thought it was because she couldn't keep up with Ibiki's pace. But thinking back now, she might have already thought of this plan way back then. Oh, they mean in the casino. Okay. Yeah, she was a little flustered back then.
Way back then? But that was a few days ago. So she was already planning to murder someone even then?
This makes me think she might be a void in the end. Because I was thinking she wasn't because of the motive, but she might have just used the motive to manipulate Ibiki.
That would mean that Kanade thought of this trick as soon as she understood the structure of Setsuki Land. Aren't you the scary type?
If that's true, then it's actually possible for Kanade to be the murderer. Actually, the only one who has those abilities amongst us is Kanade, so the murder would be impossible for anyone other than her.
This is what I was saying, Truya. You're my guy.
Kanade! Stupid sis.
Okay. Anything else to say?
Well, sure. I'll let that pass. Doesn't matter, really. Even if I had used that method to move the body.
Inside the ghost house.
The monorail was active during 6 to 7, the only time possible for the culprit to throw the corpse. Which happens to be when I was at the parade.
Knew this was coming.
But have you forgotten? That time was when the parade was going on.
That's right. Come to think of it. Kanade watched the parade with us, so it wouldn't make sense for her to also be on the monorail. Throwing corpses at that time.
Throwing corpses.
It's my hobby. We ourselves are the witnesses.
Wait, but that means we're stuck again? Did Shobai make a mistake again?
Unless... Wait, but Miss Little Sis didn't deny the chimney theory. Sounds like a...
To be honest, the reaction she just showed wasn't something from a totally innocent person.
I'm not the culprit. I just didn't feel the need to object to every single detail. I have an alibi, after all.
It seems we've hit yet another roadblock.
Huh. If you're gonna act that way, two can play at that game. Everything's fine if Kanade Otonokoji is able to ride the monorail at that time, right?
I told you. I was watching the parade. The others are all witnesses.
But was that really you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? She has an identical twin, idiot. Stupid shits. You got fooled once last trial. This is literally the same trick, you dickheads.
The last case? You mean the one where Emma disguised herself as Kokoro?
Yes, that one. That's right, Bubblehead. At least your brain's got room for memory. Don't you all get it by now? Recall who I suspected as an accomplice with Kanade Otonokoji.
It can't be. Hibiki disguised herself as Kanade? Is this where those pins come into play?
What?
No, wait. It isn't entirely impossible. It actually makes some sense. Hibiki and Kanade are identical twins. A bit of disguise and no one would be able to tell them apart. Hibiki doesn't have any alibi today, so if she was disguised as Kanade, then the person without an alibi throughout today was actually her.
We should all double check just in case. Has anyone seen Hibiki even once after the morning?
Nope.
Your silence is deafening. No one? I hope you're not just ignoring me this time.
The case had already started this morning. Of course, no one has seen him. They basically switched their alibis through disguise.
You would not believe your eyes if they switched their alibis. Anyway.
The first time we saw Kanade after breakfast was during the parade.
Uh-huh. Very conveniente.
So the Kanade we met there was probably Hibiki. The real Kanade was riding the monorails, moving the corpse.
Man.
Admit it, Kanade. You're not some ordinary high schooler. You're smart, cunning, and careful. Even more so than me. Beats me why such a talented girl's in a band for some reason.
Maybe I just like music, okay?
But you let your guard down. Sure, you put up a wall pretty high, but you left some holes here and there.
That's a great metaphor, Shobai. I appreciate that.
Well, my turn's over. All yours now. Any rebuttals? I haven't had such a battle like this in ages. It's honestly a bit of fun. Though it hurts my pride that I had to get some help from the likes of you all along the way.
So you're admitting it? I thought you'd try to take over everything.
I told you, I'm a calculative guy. We all die a happy death if I make a mistake and press on with my theory. It's much more efficient to give up your pride and put your brains together in these cases.
You know what, Shobai? You've done it. You've passed from not really like to I'm ambivalent.
To think you've been on the same wavelength as us. I think this is the first time you've spoken this much.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact you all were hopeless as shit till I took over the stage.
Alright, Shobai. He's like Nikkei. Just think of it that way.
You just had to ruin it.
You're still laughing? Jesus.
Kanade, you're still freaking me out. So let me get this straight. The one watching the parade was actually Sis, and I was actually on the monorails, yes?
Yep.
And while the monorail went past the ghost house, I threw the corpse in the chimney. Congratulations. You've gotten literally everything wrong.
Another contradiction. Please, would you give me a break? You're definitely the culprit here.
If you lack the brains to think, then don't talk at all. People like you are the reason the term trash journalism exists.
And now you insult me.
Did you just...
Oh, you know what? If you're not the culprit, I'll murder you myself.
Finally, someone who knows how to put up a real fight. Let's hear it then.
I'm gonna drag this out till the end, alright? Now, I'm gonna start with the throwing corpse part, and go through everything from there. Setsuka's dismembered body consisted of the head, the torso, each hands, arms, legs, and the feet. So, 10 pieces altogether.
Not if they were in a bag.
Now here's the question. How many times does the monorail go past the ghost house during its 1 hour run?
What?
You're not seriously suggesting I threw all 10 pieces in one go, are you?
Maybe.
The monorail's quite slow, but it's still as fast as a speeding bike. To summarize it, you can only throw 1 piece at a time each time you go past the ghost house. According to Shobai's theory, the culprit starts off at Department C to ride the one heading to Department A, right? They throw their first piece here, and after 15 minutes, where it takes a round trip, they throw the next one. They throw each piece at 1 round trip at the 30, 45, and 60 minute mark. Wait, who would have guessed it? Our precious hour is already passed with 4 round trips, and the monorail is inactive for the next hour. What are we to do with the remaining 6 pieces? How are we to explain this? Well...
She definitely makes a point. The idea of throwing the corpse into the chimney was remarkable, but the number of throws needed is far too much.
We have a much bigger problem at hand, really. Throwing the corpse inside the chimney is actually impossible for a different reason. Sure, the legs, arms, hands, and feet are small enough to fit inside the passage. And the head, well, she did have a relatively small head, so let's let that pass.
Okay.
But what about the torso? You really think that her torso would be able to fit inside that small of a chimney?
Is it not possible? Her torso was missing an abdomen, right? Then wouldn't it have fit without it?
She's got boobs, Yuki. That's what I'm talking about. You can break the joints to fit any other piece of the body, but you can't do so with the torso. Not to mention her chest area was particularly large. That part would surely get stuck.
She was talking about the boobs, I was right.
Halfway through.
So you're gonna play that card, eh? You're gonna talk about boobs in the trial? Well, well then.
You can just move the torso separately, you know, through the gates as normal. But how? The reason we're talking about this damn chimney theory is because passing through the gates is impossible. Remember?
Oof.
If you want to prove this theory, you need to be able to move each and every body part through the chimney.
With whatever reasoning we throw at Kanade, she vigorously defends back. If we can't penetrate through this defense, we won't be able to accuse her as the culprit. As Shobai admitted, he can't win against Kanade alone. Let's think through this together. Here we go again. We're spinning. Alright. Is it finally time? Oh, it might be actually the pins by the flower bed. It might actually be the pins by the flower bed.
The torso doesn't fit through the chimney.
I was going to say the parade doll, but you know.
In other words, you would have had to move the torso in a different way. Of course, such a way doesn't exist.
You could have just taken the torso separately. Well, Kanade is basically throwing corpses. Hibiki moves to the ghost house with the torso.
Impossible! I was watching the parade then. Even if that was Sis's disguise, at least one of us needs to watch the parade. But then by that logic, who was the person that watched the parade?
Oh my god, that's hard to read.
What if she separately took the torso and hid it somewhere in Department A? Impossible. You can only throw 4 pieces total. There are 6 pieces, even excluding the torso, so there's too much risk.
Then we're out of options.
If we exclude the chimney theory, there are no other ways to move the torso. And even that chimney option is made impossible by the monorail schedule. In conclusion, I'm not the culprit.
Is this really a contradiction? Contradictions? Were we really wrong? There must be room for rebuttals. Let's look through the evidence again.
I think it might actually be the parade doll.
I'm yawning again. Yeah, it is the parade dolls. It actually is time. It's finally time. Boom. No, that's wrong. No, wait. Clowns. The answer is clowns. The answer is always clowns. Except when it's not. Oh, man. I just realized we're going to have to talk about the thing in the next video. Hey, we're in this place. I recognize this from Iroha's free time events, but I don't know where it is.
Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. Good for Robert Waterhouse, dude. This isn't me. I'm just going to start talking. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Please follow Monaco's advice here. If you did enjoy, you can of course do so. So, this is a bit of a tricky situation, isn't it? I don't know what to say about it, really. Is Kanade the culprit? Probably, yes. Although I'm still not... Well, no, because if Hibiki... No, she still could have made Hibiki do the killing blow so that she wouldn't be in danger. I feel like with all of this, that's where it's going to come down to. I really do. But, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, I've said this like 3 times now, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. I'm flustered, alright? This is a lot to handle.